Hello. Hi. Welcome on in. We are here for session 93 of the Deviants Dorks campaign. I hope you're all having a good day. We're going to be hopping with the players and checking in with them, seeing how they're doing. So I think without further ado, let's pop in. Hello.
Damn.
Let me
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a very important question for you.
Yes.
What is your favorite cheese?
Oh, that is a very important question. Okay, my favorite um my favorite cracker cheese is brie. My favorite sandwich cheese is provolone. Why are we discussing? No, that's a dumb question.
Exactly.
Oh.
It's me.
Can we go around and say all our favorite cheeses on stream now?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is how we start the session. Pop off.
Yeah, mine is red Leicester. I will happily eat a huge block of red Leicester in one sitting if you put it in front of me.
Hell, I don't think I've ever had that cheese.
Mine is Colby Jack. It's
Ooh.
just good.
Good choice.
No.
Classic marble.
Ooh.
I love a good Parmigiano.
Oof.
Ooh.
Oh.
Mm.
I think Ray.
Huh?
What's your favorite cheese?
I've answered this question already.
Would you
Yeah, but
answer
we're on
Ranting-
stream
ranting for-
now.
on stream?
Ranting for stream.
Uh-huh.
It's mozzarella.
Would mozzarella be mozzarella?
Mozzarella.
With monster?
Mozzarella.
Whoa. Monsterella. It's like
I
Cinderella, but fucked up and evil.
my current favorite cheese is Gorgonzola, but I'm a cheese lover, like an obsessive cheese lover.
That's how you said trees. I'm like, what?
Nah, cheese. Currently it's Gorgonzola, because I love brie, but I also love that little hint of blue cheese in it. I don't actually like blue cheese too much, but like once you mix it with brie, then it's like perfect because it's not as strong. But it's like tamed down but delicious. And then like my favorite just like munching cheese I think is feta.
Feta?
I love munching on feta and like olives. And like my favorite combination is feta, olives, and like some sort of like citrusy jam. It's just so fucking good, and then I'll just eat that with whatever I'm eating. Oh, that is the best actually. With my favorite curry. I will have that next to my curry. And it's so good. I love cheese. Oh, and then Gruyere. Gruyere is really good on crackers.
Okay.
Gruyere is
yeah.
fucking good.
Hell yeah.
It's so good
Um,
on crackers. Cheese, everyone.
Glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
Since we just talked about cheese for like 4 minutes, is there anything you guys want to shout out quickly before we start session? Any projects, upcoming stuff, yada yada yada?
No. Not from me.
Oh, my 4-year stream anniversary is in a month.
Hell
Oh,
Yo.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
I just realized it's a month to the day. I'm like, nah, I should wait. But like, no, it's to the day,
You
so
know
I
what?
might as well.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Tomorrow, I am going to stream the new Deep Dungeon in Final Fantasy
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
because it is patch night tonight, and by tomorrow, the occult or whatever it's called will be out, and so I will be streaming that. I'm saying that now, so I'm going to do it probably, hopefully.
Nice, nice. I'm totally fine with people saying things to hold themselves accountable to actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
See, I try and do that. It doesn't work. Every time I say that I'm gonna stream, there was the one time where I streamed after D&D, like last month I think, and that was great. But I can't promise that I'm gonna do that today because I actually have a lot of things that I'm working on.
Understood. Okay. Anything else? If not,
I'm
we'll...
gonna-
Oh, sorry. Go.
I'm gonna beat my demons and I'm gonna stay awake, I swear. I'm gonna do it.
Are you EP? What's going on?
I'm so fucking EP, man. I
We had-
was at a party last night.
Oh.
I
We had
am.
fun.
Oh, yeah.
That was a party that I haven't told you guys about, but like, I got fucked up.
Oh,
nice.
no.
Yeah,
and I
it
am
sounds
so
like it.
tired.
Nice. Oh, this this is just a fun little shout out thing. Lone and I picked up rocks at the beach today.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was
Fuck yeah.
fun. I
Yay.
came home
love
with
that.
a backpack full of rocks.
Oh, that is
Yo.
so autistic. I love it.
Nice.
That's
Bro, you gotta
so
give me my
incredibly
rectangle.
autistic.
I'll send rock photos later. They're all sitting. They're still in the bag on my dining room
Yeah,
table.
you gotta
Unsolicited
send
rock
a photo
pics.
when they're wet, because they're all dry now.
Okay, I'll
Wait.
do. Sorry.
Not the
I wanna
unsolicited rock pics.
I need to see those wet rocks. Wet
Anyway.
rocks are so satisfying.
Any-
The rocks are
I
thirsty.
want you guys to know that this is not a horny thing. I grew up by the ocean.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look at a wet rock, I'm just like, oh, home.
No, I actually understand that.
Thank you.
I
Thank
get
you.
it.
I'm not always horny, just most of the time.
And
Like only a good 70%.
I think that's
Exactly.
I think that's the perfect time to start the 93rd session of the Deviants and Dorks campaign.
Yeah.
Last time, you all war planned. You were coming up with
Yay!
strategies, ideas, came up with a plan to lead Varuk Tar to Lightport using his brother Varu Mas as bait, and then to evacuate possibly the civilians through the portal to the Feywild, depending on how safe and or dangerous that plan is. And then afterwards, Cleo and Daisy decided to interrogate a shopkeep, the jeweler who you sold the sword from the god Asphodin to make a certain type of jewelry.
Cleo just has to go ask someone else about they were in it for their own gain. They're gonna go actually genuinely ask about getting these types of piercings.
And I think this is where we're gonna pick up. It is a little later in the day, around like 6 p.m. Prar, Cleo
Yes.
and Daisy have kind of filled you in on what's been going on with this gnome, this guy, this person, and their deal.
The sketchy baka.
The sketchy gnome who pointed a gun at Cleo and then threatened violence to Daisy multiple times because y'all are being sus.
Cleo wasn't being sus at all. Cleo was being completely normal, and asking questions that were completely reasonable about getting illegal piercings. What are you talking about? Cleo's never been sus ever.
I don't know. Cleo's whole like hood get up's pretty sus. He asked if you were a vampire.
He did ask if I was a vampire. That is something
That's
that
very
he did
funny.
ask.
But it is about 6 p.m. A little before, probably like an hour before the sun starts to set. An hour or two. What do? You see the door to the shop is open, like cracked open slightly, and there is an open sign, lit up in this like bright neon using magic. It just says open, with the door like slightly cracked open.
I am going to set up just like a little bit ways down the road so that I'm like in view, very clear view of the shop, but like a little bit away, right? I'm just gonna spend like an hour or two busking, not very seriously. He just has like a hat on the ground and he's playing some tunes.
What instrument are you using?
Uh, just a lute.
Okay. I'm gonna have you do a few rolls. First, do
Okay.
a performance check.
How's a 30?
A 30?
Yeah.
30's pretty damn good. Your fame as one of the Woven Fates, the heroes of Lightport, has brought you some attention, and not only that, but you've spent a lot of time recently practicing your music, kind of focusing on it more. You spent time just writing new songs and trying out different instruments, and all that practice is paying off. You see, just it starts with just a few people coming up, staying for a few minutes, tossing some coins in your hat, and then moving on, and then a few more people doing the same for the first like 30 minutes, and then slowly before you realize it, there's just a semicircle of people, about 15 to 20. Some of them just standing, listening to you play, some of them sitting on the ground in the street, in this like half semicircle around you, just listening to your music. Some people are talking, holding conversation. Some people just sit down and just listen. You see, there's one woman who's just about 15 feet from you, with her back against a building, and she just has a book in her lap. She's reading as she listens to you play. Ultimately, over the next hour and a half, when you do eventually wrap up, your hat is filled with 40 gold.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But as you are playing, I want you to. Are you? What are you doing as you're playing? Are you staking the place out? Are you watching for people to move in and out? What are you doing?
I am watching for people moving in and out of that shop.
Okay. I want you to roll either a perception or a investigation check.
What about 21 perception?
21 perception. Okay. Um. Over the next 2
You're rolling-
hours. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say you're rolling all of the things that I needed to do last time. My rolls were shit. Thank God.
Over the next like 2 hours, you notice 2 customers come by. The first is a like elderly gnomish gentleman, dressed wealthy and with like a black top hat, and a like nice slim black cane. On the top of the cane, where his hand rests, it is just made out of silver, and you see a like design pattern of like 3 claws, and that's the handle of the cane. He walks in, spends about 2-3 minutes in the shop before leaving, and you just hear arguments and slight cussing going back and forth between this elderly gnomish gentleman and the person inside. With a 21, you can tell it's just an argument about pricing. And then 45 minutes later, you see this stout, muscular female dwarf, just long, extremely well braided beard, like just ginger beard. She heads in and spends longer in the store, probably about 15-20 minutes. And when she leaves eventually, you do see she comes out with more jewelry than she came in with. You see she is actively weaving new golden rings into her beard. And then there is this like larger, almost like a clasp for the very bottom, which connects like three braids at the bottom. It is this like golden clasp to keep the hair at the end tied together. And there's just this like beautiful emerald as the centerpiece of this clasp. She just comes out humming a nice tune and just admiring her new jewelry. After 2 hours, no more customers move in and out, and you see the sun is starting to set on the horizon, and you see this figure, this gnome, who you have been described to by Daisy, walk up, peek outside the front door, kind of look left and right down the street. They snap their finger, and the open sign dims, and they close the door.
Okay. Is there like an alleyway next to this shop?
It's interesting. This building it seems to almost be built between two buildings, almost squeezing into the place where an alleyway should be. So it is built wall to wall, but the roof of this building only goes to about half the size of the roofs on the left and right of it. So there is no alleyway between it, but this shop is built for smaller folk. Like it's the ceiling's about maybe 4.5 feet tall. So taller folk can go in. They just need to crouch at an uncomfortable position. So the proportions of the house are built for a halfling or gnome.
Is there like a back alley? Like, is there a secondary exit to this building?
With your previous perception check, you do find there is a back alleyway. Kind of tucked behind this row of buildings, and there is a door leading into the back of the shop. It is, upon investigation, locked.
Okay. Can I find somewhere like up on the roofs where I can hear what's going on, more or less, without being seen, and keep an eye on both like the front and back?
Are you trying to be on the roof of the store itself or onto a different roof?
On like a nearby building.
Okay. You would have to be, if you wanted view of both the front and back, you would have to be on one of the taller buildings, immediately to the left or the right of the shop. Those are about 3 stories tall. So you think one of those would work. The issue is just kind of getting up there.
Okay. I'm assuming if I find my way into that back alley, I can, like... There's going to be things I can climb up on to get up there.
Yeah, you do see there is a fire escape built into the backs of one of these buildings, but the ladder to it is dropped. You could attempt to make your way up it, but I would need either an athletics or acrobatics check to get up there.
We'll take that acrobatics. How about a 22?
Easy enough. Easy enough. You launch yourself up onto a garbage bin in the back, jump, kick a foot off of the wall, and grab onto the bottom rung of the onto the bottom rung of the fire escape, and are able to pull yourself up. And climb up to the roof of this building. Now the question is, how long are you staking out?
Oh, all night. I don't need to sleep.
Lovely. I want a stealth check from you.
Fuck. Can I try and play it off like I'm just hanging out? Because it wouldn't be like strange for him to be up on roofs.
Sure. I would allow you to use your performance instead of your stealth. What's your performance bonus? Plus
12.
12? So that would be a 14 instead.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Yeah, you stake out on top of the roof of this building. You wait, and you wait. You see the sun sets off in the distance to the side of Lightport. And you wait. And you wait. It's harder to tell time the longer it gets into night, where you can't. You're keeping track of the moon to try to keep track of the time. You think it's probably somewhere around 11 p.m. or maybe 12 when you finally notice something. Appearing in the street, in front of the shop, you see this faint flash of blue light. A sign of arcana. And your eyes immediately are caught to this. And you look down and you see there are two figures standing in the street where once there was nobody. Roll a perception check.
There's the 21.
You see one of them is this older looking female mage in kind of a similar getup to that Moon Wizard normally wears, just very like regal official looking robes, except hers are in these like deep brown and reds and whites. And she has a smaller but similar style of hat. This wizard's hat. She's holding a like gnarly looking wooden staff, and it splits off at the top into 3 branches that then loop around a emerald that is embedded into the top of the staff. The other figure you look at, and you get nothing. They are completely hooded from head to toe. And with a 21, you look at their face and you can see that they actually have a black mask from about eye level down, completely covering their face. The woman just kind of leans against a nearby building, and this hooded figure walks up to the front of the store and knocks very quietly on the front of the door before being let in. What do you do?
I'm paying a little bit more attention, but I'm not trying to be obvious about it.
You are trying to get a good view, but at the same time be inconspicuous. And you notice there is a moment that you kind of like glance down lazily, just letting your attention drift while trying to be casual. And you see the female mage is makes eye contact with you and sees you.
He's going to shrug and pretend to continue with whatever he was doing.
A minute goes by, and then a few more, and you see she doesn't really do anything. She doesn't talk to you, doesn't say anything. She just kind of goes back to leaning and looking around.
Did the other person go into the shop?
Yeah, the other person went in through the front door.
I'm assuming I can't hear anything that's going on in there right now.
No, you are the top of the shop is about, I would say, a story and a half. The building you're on top of is a 3-story building.
I'm gonna give it a couple minutes, then sort of like overly act and like stretch and yawn and sort of shuffle my way off that I slide down the back of the building back into that back alley.
Okay. Roll me a either performance or deception check.
How about a 28?
Okay. You kind of stand up, stretch, yawn, and as you're heading towards the back, you glance over at the mage, but this time she is paying no attention. She just has a small book that she pulled out of somewhere and is just reading it in the darkness. You are able to...
Ooh, cool.
Oh, sorry, go.
Oh no, continue.
I was going to say, you were able to slide down the side of the building and climb down to the alleyway undetected.
I'm going to immediately like slide up to the back door and try and listen in.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
How about a nat 20?
Okay. You hear 2 hushed voices coming from inside the shop. You listen and kind of drown out any of the surrounding city noise and just try to focus as hard as you can on these 2 voices. You hear one of them, it's like 500 gold. Are you sure it's authentic? And you hear this other voice. Yes, it's authentic. Yes, of course it is. I know. I checked. I have my ways. And so this other voice. It's authentic. Okay. If they know this is where the gold is going to, you'll know what happened. My position. And the other voice. You have your ways to hide the trails. You've done this before, just don't get caught. And the other voice. Yes, of course. I know. Fine. 500. Deal. I need to go. I'm expected at the temple. And the first voice is like, Yes, 500 gold. Give it first. I don't trust you. You're my best client. I love you. You're wonderful. I don't trust you. Give me the gold first. And you hear like bickering back and forth, and then eventually the very familiar sound of coin hitting a table, and then the sound of something of like metal scraping against wood. And then the first voice is again, doing anything fun with your day? And the other voice is like, I have a meeting. That's none of your business. And the first one, yes, being a head of the church, you're so busy, I get it, fine. Leave me. Don't tell me anything. I never get to know anything fun. And then you just hear like a deep, heavy sigh, and the other figure is like, I can't with you. No, I can't. And then you hear like footsteps stomping, and the sound of the front door opening. What do you do?
I think I've heard everything I need to, but I am like slightly invested in who this guy is now. Like, temple? What temples are there in Lightport?
Only one I can think
I
of
really
is
want to talk to
magma.
this guy now.
The one I can think of in Lightport is magma.
Yeah.
I want to talk to this guy now and like confirm that. Yeah, no, this is what you think it is.
I love that all of this started because I just wanted to sell a sword to get turned into jewelry.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing, Prar. You know the only temple in Lightport is Magma, but you also know that whoever this person is showed up with a very powerful looking mage. Probably less powerful than Moon Wizard, but still very powerful. And the distinct sign of Arcana means that they teleported here. Which means they could have come from anywhere in the world. So yeah, you hear the front door open. And what do you do?
I'm not gonna be able to track them if they're teleporting, so I'm going to go back to the house.
Okay. You head back to the house. It is around this time now, probably 12:30 in the morning. Do you let Daisy know? Do you wake Daisy up, or is this
Absolutely, I wake Daisy up.
Oh yeah, Daisy's just passed out in the living room because she has no idea if there's a room for her in this house. And she was too awkward to ask.
The door in. He does not care if he wakes anyone else up. He is kicking the door in.
Daisy screams.
Hey, girl. So,
Hi.
how much did you say you agreed to like sell it for?
So,
that he would sell it.
500, I believe. So give me 250.
Okay, so he did sell it for 500. What I need you to know is the guy he was selling to is apparently some like high-profile guy.
Oh?
Who had to be at a temple for an important meeting tomorrow. And they teleported here.
You say you want to fuck God. Oh my gosh. Oh.
This could be something.
Oh, this is fun.
Right? Like, I was expecting just to eavesdrop and hear some guy getting his like fucked up kinky shit, but like
Can Cleo come out of their room and be like, y'all talking about the funky jewelry man?
yes. Prar did kick the door in.
Yes.
It was very loud.
Yeah.
Very loudly, Prar kicks the door in. Cleo's ignoring that.
He's so I couldn't get a good look at him because he was like fully robed up, face mask and everything. He did have a wizard with him, and I'm going to describe the wizard.
Yeah, this wizard is red, mostly brown, but with like red and white accents. This like female wizard, just like short ginger hair, in like a short, very short but well kept haircut, wizard hat, the staff, looked very well dressed, looked like she came from class.
Came from class.
Ooh. Do they look like they could
Alright.
be from like Arctis or?
You don't know.
Like, can I hold on? Do I have minor illusion?
Oh yeah, Daisy doesn't know.
Yeah.
Daisy never went there. That was
I can-
Misty. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Can I
Redact
minor
that
illusion?
statement.
Can I minor illusion what she looked like,
Absolutely.
and then what he also looked like?
Yeah. I love.
Well, you can
people
do that
use-
with minor illusion.
Yeah, you can. I love minor illusion.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You create like little holograms of what they look like in your palm.
Oh, that is amazing. I need
That's
to
so
learn
fun.
minor illusion. Fuck. Can you teach me how to do that?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
At least I can try. I can't guarantee I'm the best teacher.
Ah. It's all good. Cool.
Yeah, you see this illusion of these two figures, in the palm of your hands, in the palm of her
Cleo?
hands.
Can Cleo see if they recognize either of these figures?
Yeah, roll a history check.
Oh yeah, baby. I love me some history checks. Alright, that is an 18 plus 12.
18. That's a 30.
30?
Yeah, give me one moment as I just pull something up.
You forget that I have my silly little plus 12. My silly haha plus 12.
The hooded figure, unfortunately, you are not able, like, due to the nature of how they were completely covered up, you are not able to get much other than the fact that the hooded figure is a dwarf. Just by stature and height. But the female wizard, you do recognize. You've only heard by description and from passing conversations, but the image of this wizard very much fits the description of this figure that you know. Her name is Ezra Ovision. And she is from the Ovision noble family, from Amadron family, from the city Amadron in the Ephes Kingdom. You know that while her family is from there, she does work all over multiple continents. She has high up. She's a person with a lot of high up connections in a lot of high up important places. She has connections in Arctis. She has a lot of connections in Amadron. And she also has connections in Starbridge.
Alright.
Isn't Starbridge that place with the fucking religious conspiracy?
Yep. Yes, it is. So
Cleo,
we're
Cleo,
blackmailing
like,
this person.
grins a little bit and then stops, thinks about it, and then grins again. And it's just like, oh. I realized. I'm not going to take back chastising Tempter on the looking into conspiracies about things. But I am curious. And we might have some leverage to get some more information on that little cube now.
I forgot about the cube.
Tempter's God Cube?
Yes. Because that lady there, she's quite prominent in one of the places Tempter mentioned. In the place Tempter mentioned about the conspiracy.
You do know, Starbridge is the capital of the country Lumina. And Lumina is known for its religious practices. Each of the cities is basically dedicated to one of the gods in the world, with the exception of Starbridge. Starbridge specifically houses temples, and now that you think about it, specifically houses temples to all of the gods that are involved in this conspiracy.
Cleo's just like, they so want to still be mad at Tempter. And they are still mad at Tempter. But they're just like,
Everybody's mad at Tempter.
Hey,
they're like, oh, this conspiracy shit, oh.
I don't understand religion.
Like Cleo's in their like casual, comfy clothing, so you can actually see their face. And they're grinning.
Leo, what is religion truly?
It is an organized belief in the gods. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. I don't really know anything about religion, so it's always
It's really fucked up. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, sorry.
Bless you.
Bless you. Oh
Thank
my
you.
goodness.
I forgot I
Red.
didn't have time to mute.
Okay. I swear I could hear Moon Wizard sneezing in the room. Maybe I
Bless
should
you,
make
Moon
them some
Wizard.
soup.
Thank you. I'm trying to do the cinnamon challenge.
God
I
damn
don't think
it.
that's very healthy,
That's
but
not
it's
very good
fun.
for your health, Moon Wizard.
I'm a fucking wizard. I can do what I want.
You all just hear Moon Wizard coughing from the kitchen.
like he's
Alright.
snorting the shit. It doesn't sound
Yeah. Are you sure you're doing the challenge right, Moon Wizard?
I hate that
Well,
this-
now that you say it, I'm not so sure.
I hate that the cinnamon challenge is canonical in the fucking D&D campaign. I hate this.
Hey, Moon Wizard, do you want to come? Want to come hang out with us and talk about conspiracy theories?
Oh yes.
Oh, do
Let's get
I?
that on over.
At this point, someone just needs to
Fuck it.
wake up Tempter.
I was about to say, fuck it, I want in on this. Tempter comes out of the room and says, what is all the ruckus down here?
Tempter, darling.
Yes,
You
Chris.
won't believe this.
Oh dear.
We're
What's going on?
gossiping.
Gossiping.
I'm still
kind
upset
of.
about the whole conspiracy theory looking into things you really shouldn't thing. But
But
we may have blackmail for a really, really good way to get more information on your little cube and the conspiracy theory and the thing that I'm mad at you about.
how did you acquire this in one day?
Wow.
I'm a
Not
nosy bitch.
intentional.
No, it was absolutely not intentional, but it lines up really nicely.
It lines up so incredibly well.
Yeah. So you know how Daisy sold the sword for like jewelry and stuff, and I was staking out the place to make sure that like he sold it for the price he said he was going to. And in doing so, the guy he was selling it to seems to be some high up in like a temple of some sorts. And the person he used to teleport. He did mention a temple in an important meeting tomorrow. So
Yes. But it's like I know who this person is. And yep.
it would make sense. And the fact that he mentioned that he can't be seen, or he can't let the information that he's buying this stuff get out.
Excuse me, but what exactly is the blackmail?
I'm pretty sure he's into some like fucked up shit. I don't know what specific fucked up
Yeah,
shit, but I can like
no,
imagine.
For
No,
Like
I know what those
murder?
piercing. No. I'm probably gonna get some of those piercings, not gonna lie. But it's like some really fucked up sex shit.
For roll an intelligence check.
No.
Just straight intelligence.
Please explain to Tempter what not safe for work jewelry is.
Please, 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 please,
Yeah,
please.
Just straight intelligence to try to remember.
That's not a good thing. You sure I can't do like any other skill? Like an intelligence-based one, or just...
This is to recall a piece of information that was said in the eavesdropping. If you think there's a skill that's better suited for that, you can.
History?
Fine. Roll a history check.
Yay. I just didn't want the -1.
Oh my god. Okay, 19. Thinking back to the conversation, you remember this figure, this hooded dwarf, bring up the money, and then you remember them saying something about the money trail and how people can't find out they're spending the money on this. So you're assuming with the high up in the temple and the talk about the money trail, you have an idea that this figure might be spending temple money on this.
Temple money on sex toys.
Holy shit. Now that's a conspiracy.
That's blackmail.
Why do we keep uncovering religious conspiracies? We need to stop.
And
This is
Chris is
fun.
like, yeah, that's generally frowned upon to
wait.
do.
Yeah, so like, the fact that this guy is spending money that should not be spent on weird sex shit, he can't let anyone else find out about this, right?
No, not at all.
I do not believe so.
No. So he's got to tell us, like, he's got to give us something to keep us quiet.
Are
Yeah.
Are we
Ooh.
bad people if we blackmail this person?
No.
No.
Oh.
He's a bad person.
He
She's
is taking
they're,
money from the church.
they're a bad person for
Yeah.
spending church money on
Exactly.
non-church
sex
related
shit.
things.
We are
yeah,
public
on weird sex
servants.
shit.
Let's blackmail this motherfucker.
Yes.
Once I am on board with blackmailing.
So, yeah.
Blackmail?
So, how are we going to do it?
I think that's an after the whole war thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
As much as I would
that's
love
so
to
much
discuss
more
this,
fun.
I agree that
Oh,
it should.
This is
man.
a post-war figure out. I think we don't need to talk about this right now.
As much as I would like to plan this out, I agree with Cleo, and it should not be talked about at the moment.
Also, I did forget that it is like 1 a.m. I got a little excited.
It is a 1 a.m. Oh, that just means Moon Wizard's in the kitchen doing the cinnamon challenge at 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
That
That's normal
checks
Moon
out.
Wizard activities.
That's
Checks
canonical.
out,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Anyways, I do believe we should put this information in our back pocket, write this down, for later. And it will be genuinely really funny and quite enjoyable when it comes to actually using this information. I'm quite excited.
I'm
Me
also
too.
excited. I have never done something so heinous before.
Welcome back,
Nothing
Moon
so
Wizard.
hee-hee.
Are you done snorting cinnamon?
Yes,
Or
I
whatever
heard
you
you
were
coughing
doing in
earlier.
there.
It sounded like you were dying again.
I was having wizard activities.
Oh?
I don't
Doing
question
Oh.
wizard activities.
I see.
Anyways, let's
Hey,
change the
I don't mean
subject.
to interrupt. I didn't realize when my housemate brought me bread that it was still warm,
Oh.
like fresh out of the oven warm. Oh my god.
Oh.
I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up, actually.
Hey, you want me to make it worse? There's
No.
cheese on this bread.
No!
What the fuck? What kind
So
of
much, you bitch.
What is wrong with you?
Lester.
Why would you say that?
Oh, how dare you?
It's good
Mods
fucking bread
cancel
too.
God.
Mods cancel him.
Stop talking.
And you're you're in England. How are we supposed to steal this bread? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Exactly.
How are we supposed to get
Wait,
this
hold on.
bread? Like, damn.
Get over
I don't
here.
think
This
we
is
can
not
get
fair.
this, fellas. I don't think we can get this bread.
Fuck you.
If we all pitch in, we could pile in money for a plane
Don't
ticket.
show it.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
You.
motherfucker!
I could just kick Crow from the
My
call.
stop!
Yeah, no, Crow's
Don't
no longer allowed in the
push
campaign.
No, just the call.
Fuck you, trauma nightmare.
What the fuck?
Yeah, fuck you, trauma nightmare.
Fuck you, another Ublex
No.
fight.
But it's 1v1 Ublex.
Okay. Anything you all want to do this night, or are you all going back to bed?
I think we're going. I'm going
Yeah.
sleepy's night.
Okay.
I think Cleo's going sleepy night night as well.
Tempter was already
Mhm.
pretty much was like at least halfway done with the rest already, so they'll go back to bed, but then be up in like an hour or two.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been broken. It's fine.
Hey, Crow. Shit.
Bro, I'm gonna beat
see
you up.
Crow, I see that in the stream VC that chat cannot say, saying there's garlic in the bread.
I forgot that you put garlic in the bread.
Tell me there's
Oh my
there's
God.
garlic in
You-
this bread?
You're telling me I garlicked this bread?
How dare you?
Hey guys, if there's anyone in the general Crow vicinity, if you would like to go, I'm giving you permission to go beat up Crow and steal their bread.
Yes.
I feel like we're like a gang of pigeons right now.
Yeah.
So is
mean?
like we're a gang
You're
of
all going
pigeons,
insane over my
and
bread. Of
Crow
course, you're pigeons.
is like a fucking tourist with ill intent.
Okay.
Tourists with ill intent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
What the fuck is happening right now?
it's
Giving us
morning.
bread.
You all get a long rest. It's morning.
Yay.
I
Oh.
love long rest.
It's
I
the
love
next
left
day.
Weston.
As you guys kind of all file out of the house doing your own individual things, you see that there's a note taped, like, you guys have a little, like, mail flap, and there's a note that's been, like, dropped through the mail flap. It just says, team meeting, noon, freak swords, heart Terra.
Love Terra.
Yeah.
I love the heart.
Yeah.
But you guys kind of have the morning to yourself. But kind of in the meantime, what do you all do?
I think I have to kill off Prar, actually.
Is there a reason for that, or is it the bread?
It's the bread.
We don't listen, in this campaign, in this group, we don't bring personal issues to the table. So don't bring it out.
them face to face.
Yeah.
In other news, I will not be visiting the U.S. in the next, like, 3 years, let's say.
Understood.
You can
Maybe
come visit.
5.
You're banned.
You can come visit me, and we'll make more bread.
No,
Yes.
you can come visit me. I just will tell Opal what you've done, and you won't be allowed to eat any of their food. We'll make sushi bake,
If
and you
I
won't be allowed to
bring
eat
Visit me, and I won't bite.
Hey,
I will not
if I
bite.
bring Ruth with
You
me,
can-
can she make some more bread for all of you? If I visit?
Okay, yeah. That, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
See,
Yeah, that makes it better.
I feel like you should just come to Canada and only give me bread, and then everyone else can suck
Okay.
it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Let's get back
Let's
to the
continue, let's
session
continue.
before
The
our-
only one not attacking you,
Let-
but the bread.
Let's get back to the roleplay before our group falls apart over bread.
Reasonable thing to fall apart over.
Yes.
Reasonable
Of course.
Of course. You all have the morning to yourselves if you want to do anything specific. If not, you have the meeting at noon.
I don't got no plans.
I don't got no plans.
plans.
Well, I actually, I think I was gonna talk to the artificer crew and the weapons crew about artificer and weapon shit.
So there's an interesting overlap there, where Artificer Crew is helmed by Bobby, with Tobin helping out, and the Weapons Crew is helmed by Tara, with Tobin helping out.
Yeah, so
So Tobin's
Tobin.
kind of stretched thin, but you can go to either Bobby or Tara this morning, or you could just bully Tobin. Which, I mean, that's pretty in character for Cleo and Tobin's friendship.
yeah, I think we're gonna go bully Tobin.
You head over to Freak Swords. It's early in the morning. It's been an interesting turn of events recently. Normally, Freak Swords has their doors open to the public 24/7, but over the past few weeks, especially coming closer and closer to this date, the doors to Freak Swords are mainly closed. And as you walk down the street, people are starting to take notice of that. It's affecting, like, civilians are noticing, and people, there is a general air of unease over the city. Both with the gold dragon just appearing in the middle of town yesterday and the leaders being more and more closed off.
Stuff.
Yeah, there is just this era of uneasiness, and as you walk down the street, you find that people are looking to you.
Oh boy, this is distressing. Okay. This is things like Cleo's like not saying out loud. They're like internally they're just like noticing this and they're just like, ah shit, ah fuck, ah balls. I don't like this amount of attention on me.
You make your way over to Freak Swords, and upon knocking on the door, you see the door's opened by Beck, the blue tiefling, who normally is very well put together, very well dressed in wizard's robe with these like big, large, rounded glasses and these like golden glasses chains that attach to her glasses and then up onto caps on her horns. She looks disheveled, but in a I literally just rolled out of bed type of way. She seems to wear both a like extremely nice, well put together shirt with extremely ratty, comfortable pajama pants, and then her like general wizard robes kind of thrown over that, and her hair is all just kind of like stuck to one side. Like she fell asleep and just passed out, possibly on the floor. But upon seeing you, she just like opens the door without saying anything and points over to the workshop where you see Tobin is already up and awake and with a lit forge fully working.
Cleo says, "Thank you, darling," and walks over to Tobin.
You walk over to Tobin and you do. It passes your mind for a split second that Beck is also the person that you need to talk to about piercings, but you figure now might not be the best time.
Yeah. Cleo walks over to Tobin and is like, "Hello, darling."
You see, they are holding this like arcane blowtorch that they made themselves with these big ass welding goggles, and they stop for a second. Like they put the torch out and look up at you, not taking their goggles off, and like, what do I owe the pleasure, Cleo?
Well, there's a tad bit of overlap with two particular groups in which I need to speak with, and that overlap is you. So I've decided to just speak with you.
So instead of speaking to the leaders of the corresponding activities that you agreed to do to take part in both of them, you talk to the very tired, overworked fucker who's trying to hold the whole operation together like very shitty glue.
I will lend you porcelain.
Okay, give me porcelain. You see, it's interesting. On one workbench, on like the right side of the workbench, you see this large, like blue diamond, like shaped crystal. It is like bright blue and glowing, and you could feel this thrum of power radiating off of it. It is extremely strong, and there is like this metallic clamps attached to it, and then what seems to be it looks like it's getting indented into a cylinder like a cannon. And then on the left side of the table where Tobin currently is working, you see they just have an entire arm of an automaton, which they are trying to delicately work on the elbow joint of to get it working properly. You know from your experience working with Tobin, automatons is not their specialty. They know enough kind of thanks to you to get by. But you can tell this project they are struggling on a lot more than the other project.
Do you require assistance? Do you require assistance with the automaton, darling?
There's so many fucking tiny mechanisms. Little fucking mecha. How? How do you do it? How?
I have hundreds of years of experience.
That was wonderful.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't think I've gotten sleep in like 48 hours.
Alright.
I would love help. When I bend it, it seems like it's gonna break. Help me.
Okay. I will assist. And Cleo is like trying really, really hard, like, to not laugh.
You can tell the stress is getting to them. And they also look like they're going to pass out.
Cleo's just like, how about you take a short break? And while you're doing that, I'll go and fix any of the... And Cleo's looking at it and it's just like, I have some things to fix.
It's the tension. The wiring is not the 210. You know already.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll fix it.
Okay, I'm gonna go borrow Tara's bed. Don't tell her I'm doing that. And then they just walk over to Tara's bedroom and like enter it and close the door behind them. Roll a what role do you use for your artificer tools?
What role do I use for my artificer tools?
What role do you use for your artificer tools?
So that's a really good question. For I don't know.
I'm Googling stuff.
I'm also Googling stuff. It looks like I just add my proficiency bonus.
I'll say proficiency bonus plus your intelligence.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah.
Are you... How many levels of artificer do you have?
I have 8 levels of artificer.
Okay. So you have tool expertise on top of that. So you double your proficiency bonus for any tool check with your artificer tools.
Okay.
So you roll, add your intelligence, and then add double of your proficiency bonus.
Alright. I don't remember what my proficiency bonus is. Oh, it's F+4. Okay. So... 17 plus my intelligence, which is a +4, plus double my proficiency would be +8.
So 29.
Yeah.
Okay. You spend the next 3 hours working on this project. You very easily are able to fix the several issues that Tobin had with this automaton.
Mhm.
You completely fixed the arm before then moving over to the arcane cannon. You finished the enchantments and the wiring, the arcane wiring needed to get that. It looks like the crystal was not hooked up to the batteries supply yet. It has this like large, kind of like, it is a magic item. It is just a magic battery, so it just holds spells in them. So you
Okay.
are able to hook that up, and then fully. You see the blueprints were left on the table, and you follow the blueprints that Tobin and Tara worked on. Mainly Tobin, it looks like. Tara seems to be helping the project in other ways. And you are able to follow the blueprints and finish that arcane cannon before then moving back to the automaton. And by the time Tobin wakes up 3 hours later, you've not only finished the arm, but also the head, the torso, and the other arm, and are just starting working on the first of the two legs when Tobin wakes up.
Hello. Welcome back to the land of the living. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling slightly less dead.
That is an improvement.
They walk over to the workstation and kind of look down, look at the cannon, look at the automaton, and just sigh, and they're like, there's a reason I just work with guns. Like the cannon I'm better at. But I mainly work with guns. And they point to the automaton and like, that's very, very good.
Well, I just remember, have I let you... I guess pick apart my notes and my gun?
Have you?
No, I don't remember.
I also
Does
don't
anyone
remember.
else remember?
It's this is your character's friend.
I know, I don't remember. I don't think I have.
And Thomas is like, we've talked about guns in the past, but you've not let me look at your notes before.
It was just like, well, I will say, some of them are... Don't question how I acquired some of this information. And pulls out their notebook. And also, I believe you've seen my gun before.
Yes, I've seen it, and also, are you talking about like your guns or your gun? Because
My gun?
okay, I've felt the magic radiating off that thing, and I mass produce weaponry.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's. You spent all your effort on that thing.
Yeah, no, there's... We could diminish what is going on with it. I guess is... we could not recreate it in the way that it is currently. But we could potentially use some of the mechanisms that I did to create it, to create larger, less powerful versions of it.
I don't know how many we would be able to make, but I guess a few put in specific areas could be good. You could work on that. Also, I hope you do know, to any magic practitioner, that thing on your hip
Yes.
is like a arcane reactor level of power.
Yes. Yes, I'm aware.
Like, anybody that knows, like, the most basic detect magic spell is gonna get flashbanged when you walk into a room with that.
Yeah, I'm aware. It's there's no way to store this much magic in an item and not do that I know of, at least.
How does it not break every time you use it?
Odds I put so much work into not letting it break.
It looks like it would explode if you pulled the trigger.
I have pulled the trigger before.
I
If
do
you'll
not
notice,
believe that.
Cleo takes it out. It's like, if you notice, I'm missing one of the bullets. I have to actually remake it. It's my thunder bullet. No, I can safely unload like 2 bullets every 6 seconds. It gets a little bit risky once I start doing more, but theoretically, I could shoot a bullet a second. Now, the gun might explode if I do that, but
Okay, yeah, we'll work on supercharging magic gun bullet. We'll work on that in a bit. I guess that's a third project on top of the arcane cannons and the automatons. I guess I'll just start a third project. But I don't.
I'll be helping with all of them.
Yes.
I'm not going to leave you stranded to do everything on your own.
Speaking of, are you going to, like, talk to Bobby or Tara?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay, I know, like, you got the meeting and, like, and they, like, look around and, like, pat their pockets and then, like, see it over on, like, on the workbench to go pick it up and they, like, open up a pocket watch in, like, 30 minutes. So, like...
Yes, and I'll discuss this all in the meeting.
Okay. I'm gonna...
But...
So you see that empty work table? There.
Yes.
I'm gonna lay on it
Mm-hmm.
and sleep for 30 minutes.
You just slept for 3 hours.
Wake me up in 30 minutes.
Alright. I will wake you up in 30 minutes.
Feel free to keep working. I will sleep through it. And then they just, like, lay down face first onto, like, the cool metal table, and then you just hear, like, a sigh of relief. In the meantime, what is everyone else doing as you're kind of waiting for this meeting to happen?
I wasn't thinking of, I don't know.
I have a thought.
Okay.
I'm gonna go find Vaughn.
Okay. Where do you look first?
In his office.
You head into the Freak Swords building, head up the elevator. You do know there is a panel. Vaughn has showed you this. There is a panel that presses in into the wall. It's this hidden button that if you press it, it stops the annoying elevator music. You have not told anyone about this, but you do know
I
it is there.
absolutely do not
Mhm.
use it this time.
Okay, good to know. And you head up to Vaughn's office. The doors are closed, but you are easily able to just open them up. Vaughn's office is empty, but you can see the hidden secondary room. You actually have a key to Vaughn's office, so you're able to unlock it yourself. The office proper is empty, but the hidden secondary tiny room, the door to that is cracked open. And upon investigating, you see Vaughn is just passed out onto like a nice futon in there, just kind of like passed out in the dark in this almost like like closet-sized secondary room.
I was gonna like do something serious, but Part is just going to cuddle up with him now. Like probably gently wake him up to just so he knows it's not some rando, and then go right back to sleep.
Vaughn wakes up half awake, notices you, and then the two of you pass out and then it's about 2 hours pass when you feel the shifting of the bed, and Vaughn is exiting the room.
Part is going to get up and follow him.
Vaughn just sits down in his chair behind his desk and just starts pouring both you and him a cup of coffee. And just looks to you and is like, "Hey, what? How you doing?"
It looks like you needed that sleep.
A little bit.
I did come to like ask serious question, but I couldn't wake you up for that. You're cute.
You should have woken me up. What? Seriousness. What's up?
Seriousness is that you needed your sleep, and so I did not wake you up.
Okay, I got the sleep though. So what was that the seriousness? Was
No, but I was wondering, with all the prep going on, if there's anything I could do, because I am more of a subterfuge kind of guy. Not as much as you, but
you're asking if there's any sneaky things that you can do?
I don't know anything about what goes on with war prep. I have my very limited skill set, and I'm offering it. Or I could just continue to be your emotional support, and I'm happy to do that.
I don't have any sneaking that I need done. You know, I'm kind of the anti-sneak person. Honestly, I could use your help.
I'm listening.
You are a very compelling person. Extremely compelling.
On occasion, yes.
How is your crowd work? How would you...
Are you really asking me how my crowd work is?
I am anticipating a lot of angry people. And I could use... People don't like politicians, but they do like heroes. And they do like musicians.
I can play the part. That's not hard at all. I am very... Well, I'm familiar with playing the part of a musician, but I can play the hero part.
All I'm asking is you be there today in case things go wrong.
Did you really need to ask?
I'm
I
expecting...
was always going to be there.
Tara and I are going to tell the civilians about the war. We're expecting angry mobs, scared, panics, riots, the worst. Hearing it from us, people in positions of power, it could make them angry or worse. And I'm not asking you to say it yourself. I'm just, if you are there, they look up to you all. They see you as heroes. And just having you there in emergency to calm them down, but at the very least, just for me.
Of course. Mara's going to sort of reach across the table. No, he's going to stand up, walk around the table, and just, like, give Fawn a hug.
I have a quick question. Have you told Vaughn about the name Saren?
Probably, yeah.
You see, he reaches out and holds your hand. Saren, I'm scared. Terrified.
Who the fuck would it be? This is... I don't think there is anyone apart from maybe Moon Wizard, and even then that's debatable, who would know what the fuck to do in this situation. We are kind of all winging it. So, yeah, of course we're gonna be fucking scared.
We've got, and you see he kind of looks out the window at the sky and he's like, I think like 2 hours till the meeting. Let's just hang out here.
There's always the option of going back to bed.
I actually have note cards, and if you could go over them with me, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. The two of you spend time just going over note cards and just talking until the eventual time for the meeting. In the meantime, Daisy, Moon Wizard, is there anything either of you want to do with your morning? Or Tempter?
Not
if you
not in
thought of something.
particular, no.
No, I can't think of anything. So.
Okay. Zoe?
Oh, my mic was muted. Since it's the morning, I think Daisy is gonna make a massive breakfast and wait for people to join her, and if no one joins, eat breakfast by herself.
Hunter will join you, but they won't eat.
Where's your pen?
I guess they can't eat. I don't know. I was not expecting roleplay.
Actually, wait, yeah.
If you wish.
Oh, sorry.
What?
I was gonna say, I don't know if Daisy knows, but you don't have Daisy's gift pin.
Yeah, Daisy knows I don't have it.
Okay.
Or I think Daisy knows.
But you have the other
genuinely-
pin, right?
Yeah.
I have the other pin. No, I'm not like saying that I did not tell her. I'm just saying would Daisy have forgotten? Which is a different question.
No, I think Daisy would have remembered.
Okay. Like, if you wish. Here. Cinder comes
I ma-
downstairs and sees Daisy starting to chow down into her breakfast.
I made bacon. I made French toast. There's, Fruity Poops. Like Fruit Loops, but not because D&D. Can we have Fruit Loops? Can Fruit Loops be canon, please?
We're not
Fantasy
making
Fruit
Fruit Loops. No, we're not making Fruit Loops.
Okay, then it's Fruity Poops.
No, they are citrus rings.
Citrus
Wow.
rings. How about rainbow rings?
Fine,
Rainbow
rings. Yes.
That's better.
I made rainbow rings.
It can be a face. It can be the rainbow rings can be face shit.
Yeah. These are rainbow rings. I've got mandarin slices, strawberries, and orange juice, and bananas, and I also made crepes
This is quite a substantial amount of food, Daisy.
with cheese sauce. They're savory crepes.
Do you need assistance in eating all of this?
Yes, please.
Wonderful. And
Daisy
Tempter's
starts
gonna
yelling.
pull out the.
Oh, you do your thing.
Tempter pulls out the pin, sits down, and activates it. Boom! You get flashbanged.
Ugh.
And there is Tempter, skin and loincloth and all.
Daisy just runs into the living room, grabs a blanket, comes back, and wraps it around Tempter.
Daisy, I am not cold.
Okay. Oh, wait. Cinnamon challenge. Moon Wizard!
What?
Cinnamon challenge. Isn't that what Moon
Breakfast!
Wizard attempted last night?
Yeah.
Do you wish for him to try it again? He almost died last night because of it.
No, I wanted to eat French toast because it's got cinnamon on it, but it's a little less deadly than the cinnamon challenge.
See.
Moon Wizard, do you
So-
join for breakfast?
Yes. Sorry, when I'm typing, I have to mute, or else you can hear my tic-tac ticking.
I
Uh,
like the tic-tac ticking though. It's good.
I see you've made a lot of food. Is there anything you'd like me to start with? Anything you're most proud of?
Have you ever had bacon?
I have. Only once. It was at
Oh,
Denny's,
right.
though.
Yes, we gave you bacon then.
Yes.
Orange
Let's
juice.
see. I do not believe I've tried orange juice. And Tip's gonna get a nice tall glass of orange juice and start drinking it, but they're still not used to eating and drinking, so they kind of spill some on their face. And like, oh dear. Does this taste the exact same as oranges? Or is there any difference?
So this is my special orange juice.
What makes it so special?
Alcohol.
Daisy.
Daisy made mimosas.
Something called a mimosa. My mom likes
mimosa.
them, so they're a mimosa.
Daisy, we have a meeting in I don't know how long, but we have
3
a meeting.
hours.
Okay.
There's enough time. Enough time.
If you say so.
Daisy chugs a mimosa.
Why does Tempter always end up intoxicated?
Funny.
This one isn't my fault this time.
do we need to roll Constitution saves?
Should I roll a Constitution, or would it be funnier just to say Tempter is tipsy?
Okay, okay, here's the question. How much would Tempter drink? Is this a sip or two, or is Tempter drinking a glass?
Tempter was halfway down the glass when Daisy mentioned there's alcohol in it.
Does
I'm imagining
Tempter
like a tall glass.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a
It's
tall
not
glass.
wide, but it's tall.
Would Tempter finish the glass?
No.
Okay. Roll a Constitution saving throw, both of you.
Okay.
How many glasses has Daisy had?
Well, I rolled a nat 20. She's had a couple. I rolled a 27.
Oh, it didn't come through. Oh, you're not in roll 20.
Oh, I totally forgot to open roll 20.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Whoops.
Look, we've just been talking this whole time. No, I haven't had to roll anything today.
No, you're good, you're good.
But yeah, I rolled a 27, and then a dragon appeared on my screen in D&D Beyond, so...
What?
And it was like...
So...
Fun dice.
Daisy, you are... Like... You're doing great. Like, you are that perfect, like, warm level of tipsy, like, not too much, but, like, enough that you're, like, at that perfect level. You see Tempter is just, like, flush. Like, face flush. Like...
You doing okay, bud?
Tempter, you are
Perfectly fine.
tipsy.
I'm perfectly fine, Daisy. And they're kind of just grinning at you.
You're cute.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was saying, Moon
You
Wizard...
are also quite adorable.
Aww, thank you. I try. It does help that I'm a
Works.
bunny, you know? Like... I feel...
I suppose then you
What?
are naturally adorable then.
Yeah! Where's Moon Wizard?
I was gonna ask, Moon Wizard, are you joining for breakfast or no?
I'm munching and crunching.
Totally.
You're there?
Munching and crunching.
I did not realize Moon Wizard was there. I didn't hear you say you were going.
Anti-Moon Wizard moment?
Anti-Moon Wizard? No, I did.
Moon Wizard's just vibing.
I actually found a Tempter face claim, actually.
Oh,
Like the other day. I'm like,
And I was like, oh yeah, I'm coming.
I didn't hear that. Yeah, you two are just like Tempter, Daisy. You two are just like talking back and forth at each other, and Moon Wizard, you're just sitting in the middle of the table, just like stuffing your face.
Yep. Exactly.
what else is there on the table? And Tempter's gonna like pull like a slice of French toast and get a bowl of those citrus rainbows, whatever they're called.
They're rainbow
Loops.
loops. Rainbow circles, rainbow loopies.
Rainbow rings.
Rainbow rings!
I see. Thank you for the breakfast, Daisy. I do not get to eat much.
No, it's really a shame. We should make food every day so you can enjoy the things that you haven't gotten to enjoy for like 500 years.
As much as the food is enjoyable, there are many things about being made of flesh that aren't enjoyable.
Like dying.
Like using the bathroom. Why do you have to do that? I mean, I understand why, but that is horrible.
So I don't Moon Wizard, you're smart. Biology? Do you
I understand why you need to use the bathroom, but just it is something you are cursed with. And I am not, and I'm thankful for that. However, I'm sorry for your curse.
It's fine. I don't mind being a little cursed. Do you think that life is a curse?
Not in of it. I can't speak. Not in of itself.
Oh, okay.
Our methods of being are entirely different, so of course there will be some culture shock amongst things.
I'm not really shocked. I'm quite zen, honestly, right now.
Have you ingested something, Daisy?
So, I was trying to find my room, and I think I found someone else's room, and in there was a lot of, there was a lot of candy, and I might have eaten a lot of it, and the room looked like it was so colorful, and...
Did the room happen to have a lot of cloud decor?
Yeah.
Oh my god, are you on acid?
Oh dear, you went into Misty's room.
Oh no.
I was looking... I wasn't sure if there was a room for me in the house, because I was gone for a while, and I just found the one that looked the cutest.
A word of advice: do not ingest anything you find in Misty's room unless you already know what it is.
Oh. Oh, okay. Wait, what did I eat?
From my understanding, hard drugs.
Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Which specifically I am not aware. You would have to ask Cleo. Cleo would know more than I.
Oh, no! Daisy just starts pouring eating. Daisy starts eating lots of food and puts the kettle on to make coffee.
Daisy,
like,
and I'm saying this because I know this is your bad stat. Roll an intelligence check.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Or religion.
That doesn't change anything.
Perfect.
That's a 5.
Cool. You're vibing. It's. Are you? How are you feeling? Are you vibing? Are you panicking? Like, what's the whole thing?
I think Daisy's panicking.
Okay,
Just
you're
a little
panicking. You had what was definitely some kind of edible on top of drinking mimosas for breakfast, and then you're just like look at a clock on the wall, which, by the way, clocks are not common. This 100% is a luxury that you actually have a clock in the kitchen. And you look at the time and you're like, oh, the meeting's in like 2 hours.
Does the clock start melting in my eyes?
Yes.
Oh no! Daisy starts talking in slow-mo and then just stops talking.
Actually, I'm gonna need
Perhaps
you to
it is
roll.
best I stay with you until the meeting starts.
I'm gonna need you to roll another Constitution saving throw.
I rolled a nat 20 for the alcohol, and that's when the weed kicked in afterwards. Yeah, the weed kicked. Oh, but it was a 17.
Okay. It's an interesting thing. Daisy has strong, not Daisy, Misty has strong stuff. And that on top of the alcohol, you you are faring better than any normal person would.
I did grow up in the Feywild with Fey mimosas, so
Yes.
like, I feel like my mom was like the cool mom that lets their kid have a little bit of wine, like when you're in France.
It's very much
Yeah.
like once you hit like 16 to 18, somewhere around that age, then your mom started letting you have like mimosas. Like that, like one in the morning you came down and like the Duchess was just, your mom was just like had two mimosas on the table instead of one, and she's like, yeah, go ahead.
I can do this. I will be fine. The room is only melting just a little.
Oh dear.
Um,
After like you're
Graham.
done, John, I'm just gonna like escort you to like either the couch or your own bed.
Do I have a room?
Of course, you have a room, Daisy. Here, let
I
me show
have
you
a
the way.
room?
And is gonna like hold her hand and keep her steady as you go up the stairs.
Oh.
Is Moon Wizard just like still enraptured in his food?
Yes.
so
checks out.
so it's this interesting thing.
I just wanted the food.
It's an interesting thing. Moon Wizard's still eating at the table. You help Daisy up and are heading like through the living room and up the stairs, and like you're about to head up the stairs when Tempter, you hear the front door. There's a knock at the front door.
Oh dear.
It's still about like 2 hours to the meeting.
Tempter's gonna say to Moon Wizard, Moon Wizard, could you get the door, please, while I escort Daisy?
Mm-hmm. I say with a mouthful of food, and I get up and I go over to the door and I open it.
Tempter, you have Daisy about halfway up the stairs when Moon Wizard goes and opens up the door, and like Moon Wizard, you see it first, and then Tempter, you kind of glance back and see them also. The brilliant golden shining scales of the dragonborn-esque form of Var Umas is standing
Oh,
on
no.
your doorstep. On your doorstep.
Oh no! Olive, why would you do this to us?
I had this planned before you started drinking mimosas.
Oh, Varumas.
Oh.
I'll be down in just a moment. Am I still in human form?
Yes.
Or has the time...
Umas turns to you as like, no need. And then turns to Moon Lizard. I'm actually here for you, Moon Lizard.
Oh, I see. Give me 1 second, and I go over to the I go over to the kitchen and I grab my plate and I bring it with me.
I wanted.
I really want to finish this.
No, it's
I'm
okay.
not done.
Could I, if you want, could I come in? Do you want to sit down?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm just going to finish this up really quick.
No, it's okay. I understand. Who's your friend?
Which one?
The one that was carrying the rabbit?
Oh, yes, that's just Tempter. They do that sometimes.
Fascinating.
Indeed.
Then you see Varumas.
It's quite uncanny.
You see Varumas just kind of like looks around and then sits down on the couch, in the living room. Hi, I wanted to talk to you.
About?
I'm going to be honest, I don't really know.
All right.
I spent the night wandering around the city, and then I jumped the walls and spent some time flying around in the desert. Moon Wizard, you are the closest thing I have. No. Moon Wizard, you are my closest friend.
Oh. I am?
He just wants to hang out. I'm calling it.
Yes, you are my closest friend. Do
You're making me worried.
no, is it alright if I ask a personal question?
If you're asking me out on a date, I'm going to politely decline.
No. I'm no,
Oh.
no.
Oh.
That's not what's
Woohoo.
happening here.
Thank the gods. I was getting really scared.
No, you are a very good friend. That is, but no, we are friends. Just friends. No, I have a question for you about a personal issue I find that I have been having.
I see.
I am struggling with how do I put this? I feel like you are the person who would understand this. I am struggling with freedom.
Would you care to elaborate?
It was our idea, and we worked on it together. But creating the spell to trap me and my brother in the orb was the right thing to do. But I did not have a body. I could not move. I did not have physical form. My soul was in an orb. And now it's not. And now I'm free. How?
You're not quite sure what to do with yourself, hmm?
Yes. How do you cope with freedom?
Boy. This is a heavy question for Moon Wizard.
I apologize. I just know we've talked privately in the past about the void.
Yes.
I felt you would understand.
In all honesty, I don't. And I apologize if that's not the answer you were hoping to hear, but it's the truth. I merely tolerate it.
Oh,
But hey, as long as I can get some good pudding out of it, I might as well embrace it.
uh, uh, Moon Wizard, old friend, you never fail to make me laugh.
I'm happy to hear it.
I felt the wind underneath my wings again, and, well, I felt the freedom. Eventually, the sky felt like my new cage. But that does not mean I will not do what needs to be done. We have a task.
I am sorry
So,
that I cannot help you any more than the disappointing answers I have to give.
maybe if you don't know the answer yet, then maybe this is something we can learn together.
Perhaps it can. Mimosa?
I have not drinking in several hundred years, Moon Wizard. I would love a mimosa.
Hells yes! Woohoo! I I do a jaunty little dance. Let's consider this a special occasion in these trying times.
Yes. To fun and whimsy. And he holds the glass up.
Ah, to fun and whimsy. And we toast.
I would love that, my friend.
I raise my glass.
He clinks it against yours. Now let's down this, and then I was told about a meeting.
Ah, yes. Yes, we do have a meeting that we need to attend, but now that you've asked me that question about, well, freedom and all that, I do have a few topics I'd like to discuss with you.
Yes,
Or
sir.
one in particular.
Of course, yes. And he looks around looking for your staff. Is this a... And he like winks at you.
I nod.
Okay. He kind of makes a gesture at the staff, and waving a hand as if to say like, hand it over.
I give it.
He grabs onto it, and the staff disappears. And he looks to you. I sent it to the elemental plane of fire, so
That's great, man.
Hopefully that'll take Tal a minute to retrieve.
Right. So, well, speaking of which, I wanted to talk about Tal directly because
Yes.
it seems to me that he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And I'm being put into a position where I feel like I have a lot of pressure. He's like asking me questions about what I should do, and I'm like, I don't know. You are the god of magic. You made me. What do you mean? What should I do? I don't have a plan. The last time this happened, your plan was to make me.
He had made you before this. You had been around before.
Well, I guess I'm just not used to. I'm used to being, you know, I'm the pen, he's the sword, and now the roles are all switched out. I don't know what to do. I don't do these kinds of things. I do what I'm told.
Moon Wizard, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. The sealing spell that we made. Tal and I tried to make it at first. And we failed. The only reason we completed that spell is Tal got so frustrated at being wrong that he brought you into the project, framed it like we hadn't already been working on it, when in fact you were the puzzle piece that helped us finish.
I don't know how to feel about that. Seems to me like I was just made as a last resort.
No, I... Tal, quite literally, is probably one of, if not the most intelligent being. But he has his flaws. Everybody does. Even the gods. His is his hubris and belief that he can do everything by himself. It reminds me of a younger version of my brother.
That's just comforting somehow.
I apologize.
But please continue.
A lot of the missions that Tal sent you on over your life were because they were either lazy or did not want to get involved personally, or couldn't get involved because of the rules of the gods. Hence why he made you. But in the nights, during the nights he was at his lowest, was the times that he was the most angry. You were either in the void or out on missions, but he would talk about you. Some of those missions, you weren't sent because he didn't want to get involved or because he couldn't get involved. Some of those missions you were sent because you were the only one able to solve the problem. And he wasn't able to. And that angered him.
I still don't know how to feel about this. Or any of this, for that matter. I guess what I mean is I am in a position that I'm not used to. Sort of like you, I suppose. But I am terrified. I know I will be fine. To be put in this position, the responsibility of all these people. I'm scared. And I feel like without that commanding presence telling me what to do and where to go, I feel even less like a person than I did before. But I suppose that's not what's truly important here.
No, that... Any struggle you have is important.
Well, yes, but we also have to figure out how to defeat the dragon.
I have a greater fear
You know-
than that.
Logistics and all that. I'm sorry, what?
I know at the end of the day, we can defeat my brother. It will be tough and there might be losses. There might be deaths. There certainly will be deaths. But we will win. Because good always has to win. We will figure this out.
Must.
What I'm scared of is what he's going to do with you once he's done with you.
You can see, like, Moon Wizard's whole body, like, relaxes, not in relief, but in defeat. In fear.
I suppose as long as they come out alive, it doesn't matter what happens to me.
Oh,
What's funny?
Wizard. I had the exact same thought about myself.
Okay, they have to kiss now.
My God, no, they're just friends. Unless
I'm sorry. Like the way this whole thing is going, no, they're not.
I was not planning for this.
I'm gonna say it like this: they were roommates.
Look,
Roommates.
look, Daisy thinks hot dragon, but also would be like hot dragon for Moon Wizard. Yes, okay, I accept this. I approve.
The party is so accepting of Moon Wizard's secret relationship.
Yeah. Look, Moon Wizard has gone through the worst shit out of all of us. They deserve love.
I did
They
not.
deserve
I did
happiness,
not
okay?
go into this roleplay expecting this to happen.
I know, but this is like the most intense shipping material possible. It doesn't even have to be canon.
Like, I'm just imagining Tempter and Daisy are sitting at the top of the stairway just eavesdropping.
Yeah, Daisy's
Almost
just like,
considered
sure are.
eavesdropping in on this conversation.
yes.
Absolutely.
Like, do I want to eavesdrop in on this? Daisy, do you want to eavesdrop on this?
absolutely.
Let's go.
What's better than hot dragon? Hot dragon with your friend.
Okay,
Dragon these nuts across your face.
Umas looks to
Hey.
you.
Okay, let's continue.
Lock in.
Lockin'.
Truly, I think you are a lot stronger than you realize or that you even remember.
Well, if you truly think so. I mean, I'm still scared as shit.
Varuktar was not the only world-ending threat that you stopped.
Am I forgetting something?
Yes.
What did I forget?
I cannot tell you.
Wait, what? You can't tell me? But why not? This seems like it would be important.
You see, he puts a hand over their mouth. How do you keep going with the fear of retaliation of the gods?
Foolishness, I suppose. I'm foolish. And friendship. That sounded cornier when it came out of my mouth, but it's true.
Do you think I can be a foolish person?
I think you can be a foolish friend.
You see, they look up and meet your eyes, Moon Wizard. And they reach a hand up towards you and then stop. And they look to you. May I?
Moon Wizard nods.
They reach their hand and place 3 fingers onto the back of your neck. And you see just a tear falls from his eyes. I am so sorry. I don't know how they are going to... I don't know what they're going to do if I do this.
Varumas, what are you doing?
I'm feeling foolish, and I will bear the hate of the gods if it means it'll help my friend. I'm sorry. And you feel a warm glow against the back of your neck, and then a sharp pain. It is like an ice pick shot into your neck and down, both up and down your spine, shocking pain through your nervous system. Every fiber of your being screams. Your body is red hot. And as they pull their hand away, you see they pull something off the back of your neck. It is this square that looks exactly like your skin. And in the center of it, it almost looks like a band-aid, but in the center, a 2-inch metal spike that got pulled out of the back of your neck.
I reach around the back of my neck to see if there's, like, a bleeding wound.
There is a hole in the back of your neck, and you feel the distinct red warmth of blood. And they look at you, and they're like, I cannot tell you, and I am sorry, and I don't know when they're going to come back to you, but you have memories. And you look at the patch, and you think, and you look at it, and you're like, oh, yeah, the memory patch that I made, that you made, Moon Wizard, at the request of Tao.
I'm just completely like... Moon Wizard cannot speak.
You feel your head is swarming with hundreds of thoughts and memories that were sealed away and flooding your brain in a way that you are unable to comprehend. The entirety of your being has been unlocked, but you do not know how to decipher it yet.
What do I do now?
You continue being foolish, my dear friend. And that is where we're going to go on to break.
Bruh.
Brother.
Sorry.
Bro.
Listen, you got shit. You were, that was some good enough roleplay. I was not planning on doing that.
That was both beautiful and also horrifying.
I am so sorry. I completely forgot about the whole spine thing.
No, my AirPods.
We are going to go on break. We'll be back in 10 minutes. I'll see you all soon. Bye. Hello, we're hopping back in the players. Hello.
Or at least when I do talk, hi.
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 Before we continue, just checking in. Is everyone good with going an extra like, half an hour over the normal time?
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I am just making food because I realize I have not eaten anything today, and it's also becoming dinner time.
Zoe.
Look, to be
Zoe.
fair, I didn't
No.
get out of bed till 2.
Okay.
Fucking
It's-
mood.
You know?
Okay. Fair, but also Zoe.
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
But yes, time passes. Oh, wait, also, wait. Daisy and Tempter, were you eavesdropping on that?
Yeah.
Totally
absolutely.
wasn't eavesdropping. No.
Totally.
Yeah, you two
Totally.
No,
heard,
no, they
wasn't
would never.
you two heard
Never.
all of that.
Daisy and Tempter kind of look
Okay.
at each other, and they
Wait,
just
wait, wait.
and it's
Wait, sorry.
wait.
Were you?
Staircase,
Did you
staircase.
guys see anything that happened, or did you only hear it?
Good question.
Because
I think it's funnier if we only heard it.
Yeah.
I think it's only heard, yeah.
Tempter goes to turns to Daisy, who was still high and drunk, and does the lip seal thing where you zip your lips thing. And they totally both I'm assuming Daisy and Tempter both think that there's a little there's a little kindling between Wizard and Barumas.
Everybody thinks it's gay.
Yeah, Daisy's a little high, well, very high and drunk, and she's just like, okay, I accept this. They're cute. I like hot dragon, but they're cute.
Whatever it takes for Daisy not to thirst over every dragonborn we meet.
It will be every single dragonborn. I have a type. She has a type. That's who she lost her virginity to. She lost her virginity to a dragonborn.
We know.
Session
pretty much was
69,
like-
my beloved.
Session 69.
Yes,
Marvel
session
Legends.
Yeah.
69. Oh.
Look, she has a type. Anyone that isn't human.
Oh my god.
Anyone
Anyways.
that isn't basic.
Wow.
Wow.
No, but in actual fact, she just likes anyone that's different like her. She's different.
She likes anyone big and kind.
Honestly, yeah.
Literally,
she
Tempter's
has
her
no
type.
standards.
Tempter was her
standards are
type.
nice.
No, those are really good standards, actually.
Yeah.
That's true.
Anyway. The time passes and it hits 12 o'clock. You all, each individually or together, make your way to Freak Sword for the meeting. Upon arrival, you see Vaughn, Tara, Tobin, Bobby, Varumas is there, Florin is here, as well as Marv. Marv and the Necromancer have both returned and are both here for this meeting. Taking a look around. I believe after that it's all of you guys. I don't think there'll be anyone else. Actually, upon arriving, you all enter in, and there's one more figure here that does catch your surprise. Tempter, sitting across
Is
the.
it Ace?
It is Ace. Ace is here.
Yay! Yay! Yay, Ace, yay! Anyways, I'm not excited.
Oh no, not at all. No, you would never be.
You'll see Tempter's friend, the Warforged with full camo, a full ghillie suit, although the hat is down, exposing his head. You are all ushered in, and the doors are closed. And Vaughn and Tara kind of turn to you all as like, welcome, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming to this meeting. We just want to discuss things and kind of get everyone on the same page. First of all of the political delegates from the other towns have started their way home. They are no longer in town, especially after hearing about our plan to lure the dragon here. They did not want to stick around in town much longer.
Valid.
Understandable.
Tara pipes up and is like, hello, I am working with Tobin and Cleo on the arcane cannon defenses around Lightport. These do need to be manned and will be manned by members, willing members of Freak Sword or Hush. But so there will be other people sticking around for the fight to man these cannons, but we are all first making sure they all work, and then are going to add some defenses to the cannons to hopefully protect the users. Cleo, you are working with Bobby, I believe, for automatons. Have you two spoken yet?
Not today. I bothered Tobin today.
And you see Bobby is just kind of like sitting in like a pull-out chair from the bar area, just like very upright, stiff posture, like seeming like very much like this is not his area of expertise. And he's like, yes, I think speaking after the meeting, and we can I can show you the plans that I've been going over, and you can bounce off ideas back and forth. I heard from Tobin that I do a lot of work with Tobin, and they talked a lot about you. But they said you're very good with automatons.
Yes, Tobin's currently borrowing my automaton, so, but yes, I would say I'm fairly adept.
Okay. We will talk tonight. Yes. I have some ideas. Next person, please. And you see, Marv, with his, like, wild, almost, like, frizzy hair, like, who was sitting on the, stool, just kicking his legs, just, like, stands up on top of the stool. He's like, yes, my new pal, the Necromancer, and I, just got back from Unogi. We have learned the fundamentals of the barrier spell, and are going to be integrating it along the city walls. This will take probably 3 to 4 days. It is a lengthy enchantment. We have to place a rune in the north, south, east, and west corners of the city, and each rune takes about a day. So if we skip sleep, maybe 3 days.
Let us hope that is enough time.
Yes. I know Florin over there is going to be teleporting forces around as much as he can. But and you see Marv just kind of looks at Tobin. If you're available, we could use the hand. And Florin just looks back and is like, I'll see what I can do. Kind of acting like an arcane transport at the moment. I'm learning a lot of arcane circles. Yes. Moon Wizard.
Yes.
I have something for you. It. I'll get to you about it later.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry, I have to look through my notes. But, we'll talk. And Tara kind of looks at Vaughn, and they both step up and is like, we do have an announcement, and we wanted to talk to you, Daisy. We are... You being here as the representative of the Feywild, you all brought up the idea of evacuating citizens to the Feywild?
Yeah.
Do you think that would be safe?
Daisy's still a little bit high out of character.
Tempter's right next to her, like help, not like obviously holding her up, but like subtly trying to like hold her up.
I think as long as we get word to the people in the Feywild and ask if it's okay, then they will for sure be safe.
do you think you could scout ahead and talk to the important people there? We could send people with you. We'd send a small band. It sounds like you have ties to the Fey Court.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Will do.
You see, Tara kind of looks at you and squints at you, and then it's like, yes.
Full disclosure, the previous person that was with the party, I thought her room was my room. And I thought the party had left me candy as a welcome back gift. And I may or may not have ate an
Yes, I was going to ask you
entire
about that, Cleo, to see if she will be okay.
An entire what, darling?
jar.
Oh,
It was a very
You
big
did
jar.
not specify the quantity, Daisy.
It was a jar, like a giant, like one of those out of character, like a Costco pickle jar, like that big of a jar.
Oh dear.
Darling, how are you alive right now?
I'm
Tempter's
from
gonna
the
whisper.
Feywild.
Tempter's gonna whisper to Cleo's ear and says, she also drank alcohol.
Holy fucking shit. Darling, have you ever done drugs before?
Yes. It's not
Are
that
you
much
lying to me?
because I've done drugs before, just in the Feywild, and when I knew exactly how much was in it, I didn't know that they were drugs. I thought they were candy.
Vaughn
Alright.
pipes up.
Sorry, Opal's calling me.
Vaughn pipes up and is like, I have a personal bodyguard, my left-hand man, who is also a paladin. Can't you lay on hands and expel negative effects or something? Is that not a paladin ability?
Wait. When I do that to myself like that, can I just cleanse the things out of me?
Is that not how lay on hands work?
Cure disease or neutralize a poison. Technically, drugs are poison. How come I have done this before. This is why I don't take a lot of effect, isn't this? Sorry. Daisy just boops her own nose and just went, my deepest apologies. It was not my intention to be high at a meeting. Yes. It was an accident. A general mimosa does not cause me any issue. A gigantic, massive, pickle-ass jar of apparently edibles does. I'm so sorry for causing any issues.
Vaughn just raises a hand, is like, I'm gonna just, it's fine. We can proceed as normal.
Out of character, Daisy has been in the Feywild doing politics and stuff. She's a lot more feeling bad for being high at a meeting. Beforehand, she would be like, what? I don't see where there's a problem. Here she's like, oh fuck.
Wonderful. That's what I was having you do the intelligence or religion check for earlier. If you rolled high enough, I'm like, yeah, you could like expel poisons from your body. It's a paladin ability.
I love that.
But I'm like,
oh my
I'm like,
god.
wait, Vaughn...
But she was too high. She was too high to remember.
Yeah, too high. Vaughn expressively works with a paladin, so it's like, Vaughn's like, oh yeah, I know this.
Amazing. Classic.
But yes. Back to it. Tara turns to you and is like, okay, I'm gonna ask this again. Do you think you are able to speak to the Royal Fey Court and ask about safe passage for our people?
Absolutely. The only problem is that there's one bitch that doesn't like me, but Prar fucked her husband, so I'm sure we can get something going.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Nice.
Blackmail and all, you know.
Is Prar here?
Purr is here. Like, Prar and Vaughn, like, make eye contact, but you get the idea that they've talked about this already. Like, this is not a surprise to Vaughn.
I remember them talking about this
Yeah.
already, like being like, "Hey, guess what happened?"
Mhm. This is definitely a conversation they've already had.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
But Tara looks to you as like, please, if you are able to, even like tonight, figure this out, and just
I could leave right now.
after the meeting.
Okay.
This is the big thing I wanted to gather you all about. There's a few other minor important information that needs to be shared that hasn't already, but Vaughn and I have talked, and we've been holding back the truth too long, and plan on telling the citizens of Lightport about the war and the oncoming attack tonight. We are going to be discussing this at the Grove around 6 p.m. And trying to get as many people there as we can. So spread the word. Meeting at the Grove, 6 p.m. Important city business.
Will do.
If you are able to get the verification back to us by then, that would be great. But at the same time, I don't know how the Feywild works and how quickly you can get that information back and forth.
Yeah.
At the
I
very,
think. Wait. Could we have said that during the downtime I had talked to Jimmy? Because I forgot that that's what we were gonna do during the downtime. Is we were gonna talk to Jimmy at one point and send him in the Feywild.
Yes, you guys were talking about that, but I don't think. You never ended up doing it.
We never ended up doing it. If
Yeah.
not, then I can still do. I'll have to do that now.
Yeah, I would say that's something that probably has to get done now.
Hey, Tara.
Yes.
Do you think we could get someone to run out and grab Jimmy? I feel like Jimmy should be in this conversation.
Who? Jimmy.
The mailman?
The mailman?
The one who's gonna go on the Feywild as well and help us?
You're sending the mailman to the
Yeah, I think. We haven't talked to him yet. I kind of forgot.
Sure.
I was busy with a sketchy gnome.
Yes.
It's a long story.
Tara looks around the room and just kind of like points to Marv's like, "Can you grab the mailman?" And Marv just kind of like shrugs like, "Yeah, I said my part," and just hops off the stool and like heads out the door.
Thanks, Marv.
No problem. Mailman. Okay. Sure. Basically, we are going to tell the citizens that about the existence of Varuktar. They already know about the goblins and the hobgoblins, but knowing that they have an organized leader is not going to be a reassuring revelation. I'm sure they will be upset and angry and fearful, and honestly, if those who
All of
are...
the things that citizens usually are.
Yes. honestly, for those of you who aren't directly involved in the application of the defenses, anyone who is free tonight, we would appreciate being there to help calm the nerves of the people. It is not a necessity, and just kind of whoever is able to go.
I shall be there tonight then. I do not have any other occupations.
I appreciate that, Tempter. I have been... Tara speaking. I have been working on the arcane cannon defenses, setting them up, getting all the materials where need be. A lot of the equipment is heavy, and getting it to the right spot for Tobin to then properly mount and put in the right place is important. So I will be usually around the walls of the city, on top of the walls, if you need to find me. And Tara looks over to Vaughn, and Vaughn pipes up and like, I have been working on intel, passing information back and forth, using members from Hush. Part of the reason that we asked Ace, I believe, to be here, is because of some information that we found. Would you like to speak up about that? And Ace just kind of like looks back and looks around the room. It's like, hello. Yes, I am leading the hunters from Silin to Olden. The original plan was to take the train, but it now seems like we are getting transported through magic to Olden, thanks to Florin, and like just looks over at Florin, just trying to make sure he's getting the name right. And then he looks back. I wanted to talk to you all. The reason we can't take the train, the people of Olden are planning an attack. A full-scale battle to retake the fort that had been taken over. And I wanted to ask you, Woven Fates, would you fight alongside us tomorrow?
That I think that's an obvious answer is of course we will.
I will help you in the fight, of course.
Yes,
Of course.
Did
We
you
do have
expect
a
us to say
unique
no?
experience with taking back siege towers.
You see Ace just nods at you. Just if a Warforged could smile, but you have your own body language.
Tempter can see him smile.
Yeah. Ace is just like, it's something that we probably could do, but the more the merrier, and the more the less devastating. The less
I would like
lives
to know
lost.
about your plans to retake the fort, but that can be discussed at a later time.
Yes. We will talk tonight or tomorrow. But we will talk. Yes. That. The battle to retake Fort Apex. Yep. And then Ace just kind of like goes quiet again. Talking is not a strong suit. The necromancer chimes in and is like, "Hi, hello. I'm going to be helping out with the walls, but if need be, come and find me. And if you need magic items or potions, I can give them to you at a very high discount. Is at least as much as I have left. Still kind of need to make a living."
That's valid.
Then, like, Tara and Vaughn look amongst you all. Woven Fates, you all have been a driving factor against this enemy. You have been there every step of the way, uniting the people, bringing allies together, forming a plan of defense, and a plan towards victory. My question to you all, what do you think?
About what, particularly? The plans? The defenses?
Yes.
All of it?
All of it.
I think it's
we will
50-50.
See,
It was so silent.
Everybody in the room looks to Daisy.
It's like a 50-50 chance, you know?
In all honesty, her senses is more reassuring than mine.
Oh. Fuck.
I believe we will never feel truly prepared for this. And there's a chance we may never be prepared for this. But we still have put in a great amount of effort. Strategy, coordination, planning, defenses, artillery, everything. We need to have faith that it works.
Everyone looks to you, Tempter, and you see a few heads around the room just nod. A few people have solemn expressions. Other people you see are just kind of like smiling, getting ready. You see Moon Wizard. Varu Moss walks up next to you. I know better than anybody just how destructive my brother can be. I dedicated my life to stopping him. And I continue to dedicate my life towards that goal. But there is something that we have that he does not. Well, he has an army ruled through fear and power. And he puts a hand on your shoulder, Moonford. We have friends. And it's that bond that will lead us towards hope.
Yeah, baby, the power of friendship. I love the power of friendship.
And you see Oh, sorry.
I was trying so hard not to interrupt to be like, we have friendship. And then you
Dude.
said it, I'm like,
Dude.
yes.
Friendship is magic.
Yes!
It's corny as shit,
yes!
but we love it.
Yes.
Magic, and I'm gonna be the god of it.
Moon Wizard, you see Umas looks to you, and in a moment you see both that like fear and anxiety in his eyes, but at the same time like a calming reassurance standing next to you. Anyways, yes. And as like everyone just kind of like looks around at each other, the door opens, and Marv walks in with Jimmy the half orc in his khaki shorts and mailman outfit with the satchel bag, and he just kind of like looks around at everyone in there. And he's like, "Oh, hello, hi, how's it going? I hope you're all having a blessed day."
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi.
I need you to come with me to the Feywild.
What?
Yeah. You want to save the world?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I knew you'd be in.
Oh,
Jimmy.
Is this a job?
You're the... Yeah.
Oh, I complete all the jobs I start.
Oh, I knew you were the right guy for this job.
Thank you, Daisy.
Here to meet my mom.
Oh. I wonder if I have
My
any
mom's
letters
cool.
for her.
Actually, I think have you delivered messages to my mom? You
Uh,
might have delivered. No. Have you ever been to the Feywild?
What's your mom's name?
Hazel?
You see he reaches into his satchel and like starts rooting around. He's like, I don't see anything for a Hazel.
Thank you.
Is it is there like a last name or title?
Yeah, just give me a second.
You need to look it up.
Yeah. Also, Gavin just gave me a Slurpee, so I'm a happy little baby.
Yo, based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hazel Omnia Servius Dawn.
You see he roots around his bag again and he's like, the Duchess of Shattered Glass?
Yeah, that's my mom.
I do have a letter for her.
You do?
Yes.
Who from?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Interesting.
Well, I have to deliver this ASAP.
Perfect. I'm gonna hand, because I was talking about making notes and giving them to Jimmy, and I just never gave them to Jimmy. Basically the explanation of, hey, we need help. I'm on my way.
He looks to you and is like, sending will work once we are in the Feywild. If we're on different planes of existence, that won't work, but once we step inside, then I can send the message.
Perfect.
And he kind of looks around to everyone else like, if that's what I'm needed for, should I be in here? I can wait outside.
No, I feel like you should know everything.
Okay. He just kind of looks around and just smiles. It's like, so is this like a book club or?
Oh,
Oh,
my
sweet
sweet
baby.
summer child.
Kendra didn't say that. That's just me.
No. Cleo said, "Oh, my sweet summer child."
So this is me asking you all the players. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss in the meeting? If not, that's all I had planned.
I can't think of anything, so.
I can't think of anything either.
Okay. We'll get around to little roleplay scenes and do kind of like a quick montage at the end of the next session between messaging the Fate Court, doing these scenes with Cleo and Bobby, doing the speech with Vaughn and Tara and whoever's available to be there for that. And then kind of that'll be the first part of the next session, and then the second part will be the battle.
Yippee!
But yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you, players, for allowing this to run a little later than normal. But I hope you all have a wonderful week. We'll see you soon. Love y'all.
Bye bye.